As has often happened, the information from the past is vague and sometimes contradictory, and that is the case with the history of the Ninth Legion. Whoever says they have the truth is surely either wrong or lying to themselves. For today, historians themselves differ on various aspects of the Legion. So again, I'm going to try to make a plausible story that holds up on the most common points among the different theories of the Ninth, especially about its disappearance. In the year 65 before Christ, Pompey created in Hispania the Ninth Legion at the same time as the 6th, 7th, and 8th. It is possible that a large part of the early legionnaires were Vascones, hence the emblem was a bull, although its icon is also a matter of disagreement. But it is not for having been created in Hispania, for which it receives the nickname under the command of Julius Caesar, when he was in Hispania under the command of Julius Caesar, when he was in Hispania Ulterior. In the year 58 before Christ, the Ninth Legion, along with others, was sent to Gaul under the orders of the then proconsul Julius Caesar. The Gallic War begins this year, where the very famous 10th Legion also participated. I'm not going to tell the Gallic War because it's a historical moment that deserves a video or series for itself. And it's also not the object of this special, so I'm going to tiptoe around here. The Ninth also participated in the 2 invasions of Britain that Julius Caesar carried out. After the end of the Gallic War, the Ninth Legion mutinied against Caesar. It is not known exactly what year this happened, but it was before the Second Roman Civil War, the one that was barely plundered during the war against the Gauls. Caesar let them barely plunder during the war against the Gauls. Caesar told them he was proud of them, for they were disciplined men, and not savage barbarians who needed to plunder. But in the end, he convinced them by threatening them with one of Timocio's. This is essentially killing 10% of the legionaries. I will make a video about punishments in the legions. When it's ready, I will put the link in the description and at the top of this video. The Ninth finally begged for forgiveness and they were not decimated. Under Julius Caesar's orders, the legion fought against their creator, Pompey the Great. In fact, they participated in the Battle of Pharsalus, which crowned Julius Caesar as the victor of the Civil War, while it is true that there would still be major centers of resistance. After the war ended, Caesar discharged the legion and gave them a well-deserved rest. But the story does not end here, because shortly after Julius Caesar was assassinated, Octavius called the veterans of the Gallic War to arms, including the veterans of the Ninth, recreating that legion. Under the joint command of Mark Antony and Octavius, the Ninth was part of the army that faced the assassins of Julius Caesar, and it was at the Battle of Philippi where it earned the nickname Macedonica. Yes, you heard right, before having the nickname of Hispana, it had that of Macedonica. The Ninth later took part in the Third Roman Civil War, fighting against Mark Antony under the command of Octavius Augustus. As you all know, Octavius won the war and proclaimed himself Emperor of Rome. In fact, the Republic had become an empire. Led by the Emperor, the Ninth was sent to Hispania years later to fight in the Cantabrian Wars. And Cantabrians fighting to annex these lands to the Roman Empire. And Cantabrians fighting to annex these lands to the Roman Empire. And it was during these years that he earned the nickname of Hispaniensis, which means stationed in Hispania. He currently carries the nickname Hispaniensis, not Hispana, which is how he is commonly known. It is not known at what moment it happened, but suddenly the nickname went from Hispaniensis to Hispana. After the Cantabrian Wars ended, the legion was sent to the east of the Rhine. Its purpose was to protect the Roman territories on this bank, keeping at bay the pressures of the Germanic tribes. They were here for a few years until the great defeat of Varus's legions occurred. The Battle of Teutoburg took place, in which Arminius caused one of the greatest defeats to the Roman Empire, and changed Rome's conception of the Germans, as well as its intentions. After abandoning the territories east of the Rhine, Rome repositioned the Ninth in Pannonia, part of present-day Hungary. It was here for a while, during which time the Ninth mutinied after the death of Octavius. However, Iberius, his successor, managed to quell the mutiny without resorting to violence. The 9th later received orders from Emperor Tiberius to depart to Mauritania in the year 17 after Christ to confront Tacfarinas and his men. After the conflict, probably in 24 after Christ, the 9th Legion returned to Pannonia, until Claudius, the 4th emperor of Rome, summoned them in the year 43 after Christ for the invasion of Britain. There it actively participated in the conquest of the islands, after which it remained there as a security force and pacification of the natives. In the year 61 after Christ, fought against Queen Boudica, who attempted to drive Rome out of Britannia. The 9th Legion tried to break the siege of Londinium, present-day London, but was repelled and suffered numerous casualties, so the rest of the war remained as a rearguard force, not participating in the Battle of Woodling Street, which was the one that sentenced Boudica's rebellion. The 9th was reinforced with troops from Upper Germania and Lower Germania. In the year 69 after Christ, the year of the 4 emperors, the legion led by Vitellius faced Otto and came out victorious. But months later it faced Vespasian in the same place and lost. In the year 83 after Christ, General Agricola took the legion to fight the Caledonians. They were destroyed. The 9th returned to its barracks in York, and it is speculated that it participated in the construction of Hadrian's Wall. It remained there for years until in 120 AD, the 6th Legion was quartered in York, where they were. And now we enter the territory of mystery, legend, and rumors, and it is known that during the reign of Marcus Aurelius the legion no longer existed. So what happened? No one knows, there are just theories. The first is that the legion was annihilated by the Caledonians in some incursion, either from the Romans to the north or an assault from the Caledonians on Roman lands. This is the most widespread theory among the population, thanks to movies like Centurion, The Eagle, or The Last Legion, but that doesn't mean it's the correct one. It's true that remains of legions have been found in Caledonian territory, but it has not been proven that they belong to the 9th. The second theory holds that the legion was destroyed during the Second Jewish Revolt, around 132 AD, as it is known that the Romans suffered heavy casualties in this war. But again, nothing is certain. The third and final theory holds that the legion was annihilated by the Parthians in the year 161 AD. There are several reasons why a legion can dissolve and stop being mentioned in history. For example, if the legion mutinied and things got out of hand, it was dissolved as a form of humiliation and punishment, so its name would not appear in the future. It could also have been dissolved if the legion acted cowardly. In conclusion, I will say that it is not known what their end was. As Socrates said, I only know that I know nothing. And that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it and found it interesting. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button to support the video. And if you don't want to miss any episode of our story, subscribe.